Now, CTV News did make contact with Rudolph Francis, who reserved comment on the matter for a later date. However, in a previous interview, Mr. Francis said this on the issue.
That I did have a discussion with the then deputy chairman of the constituency group that they were contemplating a runoff as part of the selection process for the Castle South constituency. And I indicated some concerns to him with regard to any potential runoff, given the state of the party at this time and the current issues that we're currently dealing with at this time. And I was hoping that we would have had further discussion with respect to these matters before we actually progressed into a selection of a candidate, if in fact that was necessary. If you're going to put me into an election process, you would inform me that this is going to take place on that day at that time. You will afford me the opportunity to make sure we are both on equal footing if we're going to go into any contest, to ensure that there's no bias to any particular candidate. You understand? You would not involve any group with one candidate and not another. You make sure this process is as objective and as unbiased as possible. And
so do you think they were trying to sideline you, marginalize you, totally erase you from that process?
No, I don't think so.
Meantime, political leader of the UWP, Alan Chasney, has confirmed that Rudolph Francis was aware of the process and was kept abreast.
Members of that constituency then vote on which one that they prefer. If one of the nominees gets more than 75% of the vote, which is enshrined in the Constitution, that person's name goes directly to the National Council. If in fact that they get less, then the political leader can make the decision as to whether more than one person goes or nobody goes at that point. So right now, the process of nominations is being done at the constituency level. Whether Mr. Francis knew or didn't know is something that would have to be dealt with at the constituency level. What I do know is that Mr. Francis did apply to be a candidate. I am reliably informed that he did do an interview to become a candidate. So he obviously knew of the process, and during the interview was well informed as to what the process would have been. So I cannot answer to the other accusation that he's made, but clearly I am very confident that he did know what the process was.
As a member of the party's Constitutional Review Committee, Rudolph Francis, Mr. Chasney said, is respected as a major contributor to the UWP, and as such can suggest improvement to the selection process. On the suggestion from the former AG that the UWP is too early on its candidate selections, Mr. Chasney believes that the party is on the right track.
Well, I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I mean, there are many people who believe that the party is late in putting its candidates in place. And they want to know who the candidates are going to be, because people are frustrated in this country. You know, people are looking to the United Workers' Party to be the next government, but they want to have the confidence as who those people are and what the party stands for. So the party has made a decision and given timelines to the constituency branches to put their candidates in place. Do I believe that all of the constituency branches are going to meet that timeline? The answer is no, and I've always said that. But do I believe the vast majority will? I think that they will. And I think it's important that the candidates come in, because it's not about just being able to present candidates to the public, but it's about a group of people learning more about each other, learning how to become a team. And as I keep repeating, it is not about just winning the election that is important to the United Workers' Party. It's being able to now transform St. Lucia. The level of poverty that we're seeing, the wickedness of the policies that we're seeing in this country right now, as to how we're going to save this country and how we're going to create opportunities for all St. Lucians. Not about political persuasion.